Hey guys, welcome back to Juantalks. Sorry about the delay in videos. I did say I was going to put a video up every other day, but my schedule's been really tight lately, so that's why I haven't uploaded in like a week or so. But let's get started with what I actually want to talk about. So what I want to talk about is language and why we use it. There was a little big, well, not little big, huge discussion in my philosophy class in my school between our teacher and a couple students saying that us as humans are the same as animals because we have certain same characteristics. And my teacher was saying that basically, no, we're not the same because, yes, there are some sort of the same characteristics, but they're not the same. We are not animals and animals are not humans, but we are creatures because we were created by a certain something out there. Their argument was that, okay, an elephant, if you isolate it from a group, if you put it in a square box and it loses its mind, it's gonna go crazy. It's gonna feel it's gonna feel lonely. It's gonna feel like it has no one there. And what the students weren't really trying to understand the teacher saying is that, yes, humans feel the same way. If we're isolated from society, we're going to go crazy, we're going to be sad, we're going to go into depression. Yes, feelings and everything is mutual. But here's the difference between animals and humans and why we're not quite, they're two different names. It goes into what language is. Language was created so we can understand what the world is. Hence why this is a book and not a tell story maker. Or this is a bowl and not some food placer. Language was made so we can understand the world around us. So if you're going to try to change the name of something because of certain characteristics, you're basically trying to change the language in total. Language started off, as my research has came up, that Latin was the first language and everything was not evolved, but everything was changed because of the regions you're in. Henceforth, if you're from Spain, tú hablas español. If you're from Italian, io explico el italiano, io faccio, reasons. And us human beings, we try to basically learn language. And there's different dialects. English is a very common language, but in America, you hear language like this, but in New York, you hear a New Yorker accent, and in the southern part, you hear a southern accent, and even English, a very common language. If you go to England, they have the British accent. It's still English, it's still everything, but it's different dialects, it's a different form of English, it's a different form of language. Why is this? Because language provides, basically what my teacher said was to point at things, to name it something. So he said this, okay. He said, we'll call this a door. If a door has this frame, you can open it. It opens back and forth. You can close it. You can open it. This will now be called a door. So when language created, when the human mind created language, when we created sound that makes something and makes us understand the world around us, language was inputted. Nothing is always said, but language, to me, is one of the most important things of this world. Another thing about language is that I really enjoy, is that language can be different and we can try to communicate with each other. Language is basically to communicate. Some languages can be more difficult to learn or easier to learn. Spanish is my first language. I was born in Cuba, but I came here to the United States and I speak fluently. But because I came here at a very young age, English to me was grasped on lightly. Now, if I want to try to learn French, it's going to be a difficult thing. It's going to be difficult to learn, but I could learn it. It's not as difficult as learning a language that you basically know a sort of around to. I was learning Italian in my school, and it was easier for me to learn Italian, easier for me to pronounce Italian words because I am Spanish, and there's a lot of Spanish, French, and Italian languages are sort of close together, so you can kind of get the gist of it. Other people can't really understand it. If you're more English speaking, you never spoke Spanish in your life, or you never understood Spanish, it's going to be a little bit difficult for you to learn other languages, but sometimes learning other languages is good even if you don't know a sort of like a basis of it. So, I mean, to me, it's more of That's how the world works, and that's how everything's going to be. And really, language is something that I think everyone should put an interest to. Even American Sign Language is a very common thing, because they created a language out of nothing. They created they created body language. It was a way of saying, okay, we can't hear sounds, we can't say sounds because we never heard it. So let's make something. Let's make a whole different language that we, as us people, as the deaf community, could understand, rather than, you know, just writing it down or trying to interpret what we're doing with, like, charades or something. But language is important, and it can be adapted, it can be changed, it can be formed new. People from Lord of the Rings have started speaking elf language, and that to them is their language, and that's fine, because language is how we communicate to the people around us. But I just really want to finish off to what the people were saying in my class, was that how can language, how can names, why do we call things that? Well, that's how we specify them as. And to their arguments, I found a solution. There is a difference between animals and humans, and the main difference is that humans have the ability to doubt. Coming back to what my philosophy teacher was saying, is that if animals don't doubt, they act on instinct. They know, okay, these people are trying to attack my family. They're too close to them. Let me attack them. Let me protect them. To us humans, if another set of people comes near my family, they're probably trying to create a different conversation. There is doubt in our minds. And doubt gave us the ability to think rationally, then not just attack on instinct. I see a man with a gun. To me, at least, I'll doubt, okay, maybe he's a gun enthusiast, or maybe he likes shooting guns. He's not, his way of thinking isn't just to attack my family. It could be, but my way of doubting things separates us from animals and humans. And that's what the people in my class didn't understand. That's what was the whole gist of the whole conversation, and the whole all animals are the same as humans. And if you really think about that, if you really think about those type of things, that insects are the same as humans, because insects also have feelings. They also have emotional things. And I mean, animals to one point obey. Humans don't obey because they believe, unless you're raised like that. But you can take a dog away from its family, and it will be raised by humans, and it will adapt to it. But humans being taken away from family will still have the emotional sense and the doubt of things. They will still say in their minds, I'm not meant to live like this, though I am. But anyway, this point of this video, I just want to know that language is important, essential thing in life. Without language, we will be nothing. We'll just be still trying to interpret what a rock is, what water is, what the sky is. We use language to identify things that we ourselves really can't grasp. But to me, language is great. Learning a different language is possible. Nothing is ever said and done, but language is always great. We can make it, we can bring it out of nothing, we can create a new one, we can try to bring it all back, we can try to see the origins of our words through language. Now, what was the first language? No one knows. But it would be interesting to find out. Okay guys, that's been the episode here on Juantalks about language and distinction of words. So guys, check me out. I'm gonna try to keep it every other day, maybe every 2 days. I'm gonna try to upload more frequently, not every other week. It's gonna be very hectic. Again, my schedule is very hectic. I do have a lot to do before and after school. So, guys, please, thank you again. Like, share, video, comment down below if you guys want me to talk about a certain topic. Be glad to do so. I also will be talking about current events during some of my videos, so if I do talk about current event, I'll put a link in the description where you can find research on the current event and do some more research on yourself. So guys, thank you very much, and peace!